Hello everyone, Chamuge, Mlembe, Hero, Nayu. So thank you guys from Kenya. Those are Kenyan languages, Kenyan people. So nice, so good. So I'm going to look at on which way for Kenya. Actually, there is a push and pull between the Kenyan government, that's the President William Samoei Ruto, and the young people of Kenya. They call themselves the Gen Z and the Millennials. It has been for a while for that push and pull. Actually, the young guys have been complaining about bad governance, corruption, illusion governance, and all that thing, okay, that government of national picture and all that, the way there is high taxation, the tax measures, tax policies, the tax mechanism, the way funds are not accounted for, the bad leaders and all that, that have seen the young people go to the streets on every Tuesday and Thursdays and push for good governance, for bad leaders to get out of offices, for tax measures to be lenient and all that. And there have been that war that has gone on and on, that so people go even to the parliament, ban a section of it and all that, that so the president actually write back to the parliament to reconsider about the financial bill and all that, that so the president even dissolve his cabinet only to reconstitute it again. So there is that push and pull. Yeah, that is it. So the young people pushed the president of the Republic of Kenya to the corner and saw him do some developments. One, after the parliament had passed the much talked about financial bill of 2024, he had to write back to the parliament to reconsider it in a way that they withdraw it, okay. So that is it. So the young people are claiming that in the Finance Bill Act of 2024, the tax burden was so high or so hard pressed on the people. Yeah, that is it. Again, true, the president had to dissolve the cabinet. The president called them on X. The president requested different groups, church members, private sectors, any other interested people in an open government, open national dialogue, both from opposition and all that. That so some people go, some refuse. The young people refuse, claiming they don't have a leader. So that push and pull that is still going on in Kenya is what forms the basis of this video, which way for Kenya. Actually, the things that these young people are advocating for, they're sensible, they make sense, such things, okay. Most of them, in fact 99% of them, there are things that if they are looked on, they are worked on, they are considered, they'll push the Kenyan nation greater heights. That is it, actually. The problem now comes in, like, as these young people go to the streets, the other side shows, that is it, the maandamano or this picketing, these demonstrations, they have been infiltrated by other people maybe who don't mean good for the country. So you might not know if they are the youths, a section of the youths or goons or people, but actually there's this aspect of destruction of property, looting and all that, both private and public property and looting. That aspect of it is not a good aspect, by the way. It's not good. And also forceful or trespassing to protected areas. There are areas in our country that should not forcefully go into, because it will, that sovereignty of the country will not be there. If you force yourself in the honorable house to go and ban, it's not in order. Let's agree on that. As long as we might use which other words and all that, it's not in order by them to do that. Or you forcefully go to an international airport of our country, it's not in order, guys. That is it. Like, you know, an airport, especially an national airport of our country, is like the entrance, the mulango for that country. All flights, international flights, come through the national airports. The visitors come through that and they live through that. So where someone comes in through or goes out through is the entrance. So if you go and block the entrance, it paints a very bad picture of that country. and you'll not be a statesman to do that. Actually, whether you are fighting for the rights or not, that's not patriotism, by the way. Unaenda, you go for an airport, like when the youths plan to go to KKA, they want to block, to occupy and do that, man of that, that's not in order. Actually, as gentlemen and women or ladies should not do that. It's not in order. So youths put down claims that I support. The issue here comes in, if you are pushing for something, you know, there are so many youths in Kenya. That age has got more than 50%. People fall in that group, age group. And you are claiming you don't have a leader. There is no way all of you will go to be listened to. In which stadium will you go and do that? So guys, forcing yourself into an airport for that matter, and the national airport, can be considered as an act of terrorism by the state. It's very risky. Remember, Kenya has got just that one international airport. That's like the gate to the main entrance to the country by foreign people from other countries. That's foreigners, and also those who are indigenous who are flying back. So guys, this is what I mean. You realize that Ruto has bowed to pressure. There are very many things he has considered. He reduced the number of advisors in the presidency by 50%, the number of his advisors. He merged, or rather reduced some price. He did away, scrapped around 47 of them. So these are just some of the measures to reduce on the expenditure. He also removed the budget for the first lady, the second lady, and the lady or the spouse of the prime cabinet secretary in a move to reduce on the expenditure, meaning that he has brought pressure by the GENZs and the millennials, that is maandamano, or the so-called demonstrations. So there are several things he has done. He has also invited them for talks, and they have not, they have not come forward. So we remember that with all this in place, it means that he has brought pressure. Actually, he has calmed down, and he expected other parties or other groups involved, like the political parties from the opposition, to come forth and also present their views so that actually they can see the way forward. So to me, I think he has tried. He has not done the best, but he has tried. Now the question is, if the people who have been invited to come and have a talk, the opposition, the GENZ and all that, the GENZ says that they are faceless, they don't have a leader. That is it. And they are still going on with the man of the demonstration. Now what next? I can relate this to the events that led to the late Moi becoming the president. May his soul rest in peace. When the first president of the Republic of Kenya, Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, died in 1978, may his soul rest in peace. Moi was a very humble vice president by then, a very down-to-earth person. So Moi, according to the constitution, Moi was sworn in as the president. And whatever happened, and Moi became the president. I'm told back then Moi was a very humble person, very down-to-earth. Yeah. So several years, close to 3 years and thereabout down the line, that's 1992, when Moi was the president, a section led by Ezekiah Ochuka from the Kenya Air Force attempted to overturn the government. They plotted a coup d'etat to the government that was unsuccessful. The events from the coup d'etat led, or rather hardened, the then president, who was very humble, down to earth. It hardened the president. It led to the unfolding of several events, including the one party. Multipartism was done away with. Okay, so the one party was introduced, and it's through this one party, or the rule of one party, that made Moi be painted as a dictator. That is it, because when you go to a general election, the president is one, it's only one party, so the president will just rule, and it's so Moi rule for 24 good years. I'm not saying that Ruto will declare Kenya as a one party. Remember, we have a new constitution that was promulgated in 2010, so there cannot be one party. But think of it, if Ruto has come down and is still being pushed, what will he do? Because he has got some presidency powers, executive powers through executive orders that he can still use. Are we not trying to push the man now to appear like a dictator? Do things using the several powers that has been bestowed upon him, or forcefully do things. Don't you think he might force the finance bill back? Don't you think now he must say, liwe liwalo, yeah, let's see, let's do this? So I think too much of force sometimes seems it's not good for the common man. People should know when to push hard, when to reduce the pressure, when to withdraw, when to talk, when not to talk. Actually, it should be considerate, by the way, in everything. Because not just it must and it must. Now, you are not coming forth to talk or to reason out with the person you are forcing things on. This can be compared to a domestic cat. Let's say you want to discipline your cat. It has drunk milk or it has eaten meat in the house, and you want to discipline it. You want to give it several strokes. Then you are in a room with the cat and you have closed everywhere, and you start beating this cat. Now the canes or the beatings become too much for the cat. It wants to escape, and there's no outlet to escape. You know, this cat, it's domestic, yes, but it will turn wild. Actually, it will attack you back now because it cannot withstand the pressure. So let's not push the president to that extent. Let's make the president not make the president wild. I know the youths mean good, the young people mean good, but now too much of something is a poison. Yeah, you have a country to protect, by the way. You don't have this one Kenya. There's no any other Kenya somewhere that can replace this one. We have a country to protect. Presidents come and go, leaders come and go, policies come and sometimes lose value and all that. But this country will remain. You have to protect our country. Yeah, we have to be good statespeople. We have to be patriotic. We have to fight for the right cause. We don't have to push too much. They're also human beings. The are human being, as long as we are also human beings. So that is it, okay? Oh yeah.